Hello, hello, friends. Thanks for joining. Tyler, why are you here? Hello, Itze. Thank you for joining in another Puglie live stream. Captain Pugster, Mel, nice to see ya. Not much has changed since the last time you guys saw me, aside from I completely shaved down my hair just because, like, it's, I don't know, it's getting too long and unruly, and I just needed to just go straight at it, so. Blocking you, Tyler. Shouldn't you be on some kind of RuneScape stream? Shouldn't you be watching some pro hacks? I told Peggy that you were here. And then you and Peggy will be here, and then Nancy will be like last 10 minutes of the stream. So based on the votes, the very short 30-minute votes that I had up, oh, hello, Nancy. You made it. Ow, that hurts. Yeah, like at some point, I don't know, it gets messy, and it's really hard for me to upkeep my back because it's really hard to reach back there to figure out like the length and stuff. I haven't seen my barber in, I guess, a year now. Yeah, I haven't seen him in a year. So I've completely been surviving quarantine, just with like my $30 clippers from Winners and just shaving it and upkeeping myself. It's been good. I think I saved a total of maybe some $100 throughout the entire year. It's sweet. I made it, not gonna get called out today. So yeah, based on the really short poll that I had, a lot of people voted for honey and butter. So I'm gonna work on some sketches to create some new macarons for a collaboration with Honey and Butter, which I'm really excited about because Honey and Butter, the owners of Honey and Butter and everyone that works there is super, super sweet. And I'm just so honored to be a part of, like, I don't know, their anything. So let's see, not that one, this one, there we go. So first off, we're gonna sketch out some ideas for what some Puglie macarons might look like. Wow, more money for Peggy gifts. No, more money for McDonald's. Hehehehe. Hi, Guppy. Nice to see you back on the stream. Alright. So first off, I have like... Oh, so for some context as to... Am I allowed to say what this context for? You know what? I'll just keep it for a surprise for when we finally launch. But for now, you guys get to see what ideas we have, or I have, for what Puglie macarons will look like. So let's get into this. I think first off, I had this idea in my head of something really cute and simple. And it's just Puglie with a fried egg on top of his head. There's no reason for it. It's just there. And I've learned, also just from observation, that macarons that face forward are most likely the easiest to make. But I wouldn't know because I am probably awful at baking, and apparently macarons are really difficult to make. I'm the one buying the froggy stickers from you. Ah, thank you! I still have them saved. They are hiding snugly in a special little pile just for you and the other items that other people have on hold. But I'm also so super excited about the ideas that I have for my, I guess my store and my website. Just because before, my store very much was made for like, oh, it's just a store where you can buy Puglies. And, you know, it fit the purpose, and I tried to make it look cute as best I could. And I don't know if it's gonna look any cuter after my revisions, but, I guess I'll hope. And I may recruit some help from friends namely Tyler, which is Captain Fetus in the chat, and my partner Peggy. Puglie with a fried egg on its head sounds amazing. I mean, honestly, like, fried eggs are the best. I personally like a sunny side up egg over scrambled eggs myself. I just like the gooiness of like the sunny side up egg, and then it acts like a dip. But the thing is, like, egg is so mild tasting that you realistically don't taste it at all unless you're eating it just straight up. And yet the idea of having an egg on something is just makes it so much better. Like, for example, so far as I know, Fatburger is the only burger place that does this, but you can add a fried egg into your burger. And I usually get the mushroom Swiss burger. The Swiss is really flavorful, the mushrooms are grilled, and that's super flavorful, and I add an egg in there, and I can't even taste the egg. But the whole experience of, like, the egg yolk breaking, and then oozing down the burger, and you're eating that, like, it just makes it feel better. But then the egg itself is like an extra $1.50, and you're like, oh man, what if I just fried up my own egg and put it in a burger? Egg on burger is the best. It is though, but like, do you taste it? Do I taste it? Gaming Comics just found out about Puglie the other day. Somehow Puglie was the top search result when I searched Chinese wallpapers in Chinese. Okay. Well, I'm glad you found, you were able to find me, the actual creator. I guess I'm flattered, maybe, that Puglie's the top Chinese wallpaper. Not sure why. It's the year of the cow. I mean, I don't know. I don't think my year of the cow Puglie is that popular. Thank you, Mr. Pugsy, for putting along. I'm really grateful for your support. And hopefully, mentally, I can get myself into this whole live streaming thing better. An existential crisis indeed. Yeah, also, I don't know if this still will work. I wonder. Does this work? Okay. So, I did a little bit of, I don't know, some tweaking around before the stream with Stream Elements, the bot. I think there's some, like, random stuff you can do to proc it. And you get points for no real reason. Gaming Comics, thank you so much for putting along. I'm glad you were able to find me and that you're here. I wish I were to get a pug. I want one so bad. Same. But until then, I'm just creating my own imaginary pug. So here I am. Welcome to the club of people with no pugs. The club no pug. But, like, not because we dislike pugs, but because we can't get them. More like sophisticated, yes. Oh, speaking of dogs, I went home, I think, like, Sunday night, and there was a piece of paper slipped underneath my apartment door. And it turns out it was actually a letter from my downstairs neighbors, and at first I was worried. I was like, oh god, they're finally tired of listening to my, I don't know, bumpin' EDM music and to 2000s emo rock. Um, and it turns out they were actually writing to me because they're thinking of getting a dog, and they wanted to reach out to all their neighbors, just like in their vicinity, right? Because they live on the second floor. In regards to like if we have any concerns in terms of like allergies or any fear of noise and stuff like that. And I just thought that was really sweet that they were trying to ask for kind of like a blessing all around. And I didn't know this, but apparently my apartment doesn't allow dogs, but we're allowed pets in our contract. So maybe dogs just need a little extra clearance. And I can understand why, because they can be much louder than cats and much more, I don't know if playful and destructive is really a thing, because I've seen some destructive cats. But I guess they're just trying to get people's permission, and hopefully they can speak to my landlord to approve of getting a dog. Because they were mentioning that like COVID was hitting them especially hard, and they just wanted something at home to give them a good pick-me-up, and I totally understand. So I obviously filled out the form saying I have no objections, and I wrote a little note saying that I really do encourage them to get a dog, and I hope they find the right one for them. Yeah. I have a frog. Does that count? You own a frog? What kind of frog? Tell me more about owning a frog. Tell them they have to name their dog Puglie. Oh no. On one condition, you have to get a pug and you have to name him Puglie. I want a pug so badly too. That's so kind. It is. I mean, like, I obviously had no issues to begin with, but yeah, it is really nice to have good apartment neighbors. And I hope during this entire time of living the floor above them, I've been a good apartment neighbor. Because I do workouts at home, right? And I try to make sure I'm not like stomping around too much or creating like too much of a ruckus. But I do live in an older apartment, which is apparently made of like complete concrete. So our noise cancellation in this building is actually pretty good, save for like the hallway door and everywhere where there's windows. Who knew newer windows actually canceled out much better noise? But yeah, I really hope they get a good dog. And they were looking for some one that's like hypoallergenic, because obviously you don't know who in the building is allergic. Which is funny because they allow cats, and I'm actually allergic to cats, very mildly. My allergy towards cats have gotten a lot better over the years. But yeah, like actually a lot of people have allergies to cats, but that is apparently okay. So who knows? I hope they get their dog ownership accepted. It is a water frog. I got her in kindergarten, and she has somehow survived 13 years. I think she's immortal. According to my younger self, her name is Froggy. Oh my god. How long do water frogs usually live? Thank you, Nolfie McWolfie, for putting along. I really, really, really appreciate that. And thank you, Monobun, also for putting along. I am super grateful for your guys' extra vote of confidence and support. And I say this every single time. Hopefully, I will do Twitch streaming a lot more often. I actually went to check out my checklist for affiliate, the road to affiliate, and apparently I need to stream, I think, 7 different days. I need to double check what days I'm missing, and like an X amount of hours, which is actually not hard. Then the second thing I need to figure out is how to stream games, because my MacBook, one, doesn't have a lot of games in there, and then two, I mean, I guess if someone is hosting, like, say, a Jackbox game or something, that's fine. But I generally like keeping my gaming on my gaming PC just to keep my work computer clean. And I have an idea of how to work around it. I just need to test it out one day. Yeah, I'd be interested in playing some, like, I don't know, super casual games or chill games. My favorite type of games are kind of worky in a way. I love building an efficient pipeline in any game. So, like, say you need to craft a piece of wood from 5 sticks. Then it's like, okay, fine. And then it takes like 2 pieces of wood to make a chair, 3 pieces to make a table. And then I want to find like the most perfect way to calculate how many sticks I need to make both like a table and a chair. And then say if I need more, then I need to manage my resources for that and also efficiently make that happen. Yeah, I don't know. My friends tell me that the games that I like to play require too much thinking and too much work. But I just like making things that are efficient, you know? I don't know the average lifespan, but it was a class project, so my whole class got to take a frog home. To my knowledge, I'm the only one who still has the frog. Oh, I remember in grade... Let's see, what classroom was I in? Grade 1. I remember in grade 1, we were learning... Was it grade 1? It was either grade 1 or grade 3, where we were learning the life cycle of frogs, and we got tadpoles. And then we got to see, like, how the tadpoles grew up and changed into frogs. But, like, we didn't get to take the frogs home. They were just left in the tank. Actually, now that I think back, whatever happened to those frogs? Like, do they get let out to the lake? Oh. Wait. Huh. Because we had a bunch of tadpoles. It's not like any of them died. And then they would grow up into little frogs. And I think this was like a thing that was showcased like every year. Because like every class in elementary, right, would get to experience the life cycle of a frog. Huh. I really wonder what happens to those frogs now. I assume they're going to be let out to like the lake or something, or a pond in one of our parks, but then wouldn't that just have a lot of frogs then? I'm now having like a little existential crisis on like what happened to the frogs. According to Google, water frogs can live from 5 to 20 years. Wow. Wow, I wish we did life cycle of tadpoles. That would be rad AF. What? We did... You guys did mealworms? What does mealworms turn into? We got to take ours home, get wrecked. I mean, I guess it's a good thing they didn't entrust a bunch of frogs to a bunch of like 6-year-olds, I guess. Aw, but does like, I don't know, do you feel like your frog developed an attachment to you at all? Like, do you feel like your frog recognizes you or knows that you feed him? Or is it just kind of like living as a frog? I have 4 water frogs as pets. What? They are a lot of work and studying. Wait, work and studying? Wait, how come they take so much work? I think they turn into beetles or something. Me Google, but I am afraid. Okay, yeah, beetles. So, what is the life cycle of a mealworm? Do they turn into... Like, do they turn into a cocoon? Do they spin into a cocoon and then they come out as a beetle? Aren't mealworms the things you feed to, like, the lizards and stuff? They do. My frog swims into my hands and attacks it for food. Oh my god. No, I think my frog just exists. Aw. Thanks, Sunshinetastic. Thank you so much. They are very fragile to water parameters. and need a steady diet and can have diseases. Water frogs eat pellets, brine shrimp, and mysis shrimp. Oh, wow. Speaking of which, one of my friends actually owns a lot of little shrimp now. I forget exactly what kind, but he has a lot of colorful little shrimps. They actually look really cute. And apparently they love spinach. That's all I've learned so far. This egg is looking very beret hat-y. I wanna randomize this egg shape a bit. Cause like I want these macarons to be fun to make in a way. So you don't have to be completely perfect. But I don't want to cover up that eyebrow either. Balancing. I think I learned nothing. It was too disgusting, not worth learning. Were these beetles big? Are these like... Oh, wait, no, I'm thinking of those like rhinoceros beetles that have like the scissor horns and stuff. I'm guessing these are just normal beetles with like a hard shell outside. Yeah, we learned... Oh, it was grade 1 with the tadpoles. I just vividly remember the classroom and the tank. And then in grade 3, we learned about spiders. We didn't have any spiders come in, but we learned about spiders and their webs, the type of webs, types of spiders, etc. Hello, Mr. Puglie, welcome back. Nah, they're just small beetles, I think. You know those sticky toys that you throw at a window and it sticks and stains the glass? I had one in the shape of a frog. My friend threw it. It landed in my frog's tank and she ate it. 1 month later, she spat it out. What? I mean, I know exactly what toy you're talking about, but like, did she spit it out as like a round ball? Was it still sticky? I'm surprised she didn't die. I like how there's like 2 frog owners here. Like Guppy is very careful and meticulous, and her frogs recognize her. And then Gaming is just here existing as a chaotic frog. All right, let's gonna add a little extra layer. Because I don't know how the eyes are gonna go. Maybe the eyes are gonna be looking up at the egg. Maybe up in the corner a little bit. That's how you make it cute. What else? I feel like every elementary school learned about like butterflies in some way or form. Because like the whole fascination of like a caterpillar turning into a cocoon, turning into a butterfly, was a thing. I think I had a whole... I don't remember if I had a whole study on like butterflies, but I distinctly remember learning about the monarch butterfly and what those look like. Also, I didn't realize I was terrified of butterflies until I actually went to a butterfly exhibit, I guess you should say, or like the garden, a butterfly garden. There we go. And then when you get to realize that butterflies are just flying bugs with really long legs underneath those beautiful wings, they have like this long curly tongue. Just kind of takes you out of it. Just makes you realize that butterflies are still bugs and they're terrifying. Basically, my rule of thumb is anything with more than 4 legs terrifies me. There, he's like wearing a little hat. do want to try making this egg just a bit more chaotic, so I'm going to... Whoop. I don't know why you're not copying. Oh, that's why. Move. Object selected. Nope. There's still some things I need to figure out with clip. But I guess today's not the day to figure those out. Okay. No, it was still a full frog shape. I don't know. Again, I think she's immortal. 0 legs are terrifying. I grew up thinking I was terrified of snakes. Turns out, oh, I just realized that No Pug Club never really showed up because my screen was off. Yeah, I grew up thinking I was afraid of snakes. And then, one of my friends is actually a snake breeder of ball pythons, and then I got to meet them, and then I realized they're really cute. They're really cute, and, it's funny because, you know, I always ask the question, like, does your pet, have any form of affectionate sentience, I guess, where they recognize you and they show some form of affection or respect, at least towards you. And my friend basically told me that no, snakes are basically long pet rocks. No matter how much he loves one of like his snakes, like his snake is just essentially a long pet rock. And the reason it might not always attack you is because it might try to attack you once and realize that you're too big to eat, so it will not try to eat you again. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I don't know, like, I guess in a way I couldn't imagine an animal so dumb. Because they were trying to stress to me just how dumb they were. And then when I finally got to meet them, I was like, oh, okay, they're really cute. And, you know, they look kind of normal. They look kind of witty. And they look like they were, like, observing or perceiving, like, what was around them and stuff. But then there was this one instance where I looked at the snake, and it looked like he had gears turning in his head about, like, what was happening. But then he kind of stared off for a bit too long, and then I kind of realized that, no, he actually doesn't understand, like, what's going on. And then another time, this snake was coming out of a tub. Because they're kept in, like, these tubs that you can just slide out. There's actually no lid on top of these tubs. Well, some of them don't have a lid. Just because they're slid into a drawer where, like, they wouldn't be able to get out anyways. And this snake was actually trying to get out. And it stuck its head and most of its, like, I guess, like, neck area out of the bin. And I was a bit terrified because, like, I just didn't want a snake to escape in their apartment. So I, like, knocked on the door, and I was like, oh, and all the snakes are named. And I was like, I don't know, I think, like, Bella. Bella's trying to escape her drawer. Her head is mostly out. And then they were just like, oh, yeah, just, like, just gently push her head back into the bin, or just, like, put something in front of her face, and she'll just, like, shrink back in. I'm like, okay. And then they were reassuring me that, like, if she doesn't go back in, it's okay because she's too fat to fit through the rest of the drawer. And I'm like, okay. So I go back, and I get, I found, like, a stack of brochures. And I'm like, okay. Because I was terrified of the snake reaching out to bite my hand or something. Even though I knew they were mostly harmless, I still have, like, a little bit of fear. So I'm moving these brochures gently towards the snake's face. Up until the point where I'm actually touching the snake's, like, snout with this full stack of brochures. And it has no reaction whatsoever. And so I I move the brochures back a little bit, and essentially slowly, like gently and slowly, smack it back in the face again, and it just has no reaction. And I was just sitting there going like, wow, you guys actually cannot, like, there's no way you guys can survive in the wild. Like, you guys are actually dumb long pet rocks, and I love them. I love them a lot. My friend has a very friendly ball python. Oh, that's really sweet. Yeah, my friends breed snakes, and they're into the whole like breeding out patterns and stuff like that, and finding out like what's recessive and dominant, and doing stuff like that. And also they also have some like personal snakes that they will keep for themselves. They have like a corn snake and a king snake, I think, and then like a few ball pythons. And I don't know, like, snakes are super cute, and apparently they're very low maintenance. They don't take a whole lot of space. I actually just like being in the dark little box. And most of the time you just need to change their poop. The one possible issue is like whether you need to feed them live mice or like frozen dead mice. And yeah, I don't know if you can really pick and choose. Like some snakes prefer the live ones, whereas others prefer like the frozen ones. Yeah, I'd much rather get the frozen ones, just because I would still feel too bad feeding like a live creature to something else. Yeah. It's funny, I'm looking at this egg now, I'm just like, this kind of looks like a golfer's hat. Yeah, who knows? Maybe one day I'll have, like, a snake and a pug. Maybe one day. But he has, like, one of the most beautiful snakes. It's called Xiaolong, which is basically Little Dragon, and it's just a pure white ball python with like these steel blue eyes, and it's just so beautiful, and it's just so dumb. But it's also like very friendly in that like it likes being handled, and I feel like that's kind of like the bar of what is considered friendly for a snake, is like if they like being handled. Alright, what other macaron ideas shall we do? Maybe one where like, what if Puglie's like trapped in a circle? I want to try to make these simple in a way. I guess I shouldn't, because obviously whoever is going to be making these macarons are much more skilled than I am. But the whole idea of you have a plastic bag full of, what would you call it? Like cream, I guess? Batter? You have a plastic bag full of batter, and that's what you're supposed to draw with. I cannot fathom. I can barely draw with a normal held pencil, let alone a bag full of cream. Let's see. What if he's just stuck like behind a picture frame of some sort? Oh wait, what if I don't know why I'm thinking of lemons. Like, I don't know if I want Puglie dressed as a lemon, which is kind of akin to the Happy Lemon logo I drew. Um, but like if I make this little lemon Puglie, then perhaps the macaron can be kind of like a lemony tart, kind of like a tart macaron or something. Make a lemon Puglie sticker. Now I actually can. Ooh. Yes. Yeah, I'm so excited about my homemade stickers coming up. Now that I've figured out the lamination and stuff, I am just product testing and making sure they're a good quality and everything. And I have my fingers crossed so hard that they will be of decent quality. Okay, I need to fix this lemon. And then what if I gave him... I guess the lemon leaves come from, like, either one of their tippy points, so... If I didn't necessarily have it come out of the tippy point, but just made it kind of like a little leaf on this side. Just to give it a bit more, something cute. So it's not so bland. And then I want Puglie to be really squished into this helmet. Squeezed, if you will. Little markings for the lemon. Oh man, the more I draw this and I think about like the flavor and stuff, the more I just I miss honey and butter so much. Their macarons are just so good. Everyone there is so sweet. Their shop is so cute. There's literally nothing bad about honey and butter. Outside of the fact that they are in the States and I am in Canada. And I can't eat like 500 macarons. But I would if I could. Oh, maybe this little Puglie can be winking a bit. Cause you know he's tart, he's cheeky. And he's squeezed in there, so draw a normal mouth first. And Ah, who knows when the panorama will be over. And then we can all safely travel. And then I can gorge on macarons. You know, for the longest time, um, I thought macarons were macaroons. I had absolutely no idea that they were two separate things. And for the longest time, I thought macarons were macaroons. Like that's what it was. Um, so when it came to light that like, oh, macarons and macaroons are two different things, I'm like, wait, like it's actually a whole other thing. But like, thank goodness that there weren't such fancy bakeries in the neighborhoods back then, so I didn't go in there and be like, oh yeah, I love macaroons. I feel like a lot of people still probably get that misconception, so. You know what, I think I'm literally just drawing the Happy Lemon logo. Huh. Is it really a Happy Lemon logo if it's a pug? And the ears here. Alright, maybe I'll change up the way it squints. Yeah, it'll be a wink. Just a nice little wink. There we go. And he's really squeezed in here, so let's give him some squish. There we go. And the eyes. I think for Puglie, at least for macarons, I'm gonna make the eyes always, I guess maybe look a certain way. I'm not sure, cause like if I put the eyes centered, the issue is how the eyes come out, especially in 3D, is always a bit creepy. But you know what? I'll just let the macaron artists do their thing. Yeah, outside of some cute default ideas that they had already, I'm just creating a few more that I think would be cute. Puglie.exe, the Puglie program. Puglie.exe has stopped responding. Alright. What if... I want to do one that's like not necessarily full body. But I want him to have his little armies. Oh. And then squishing his little cheeks, and then maybe he's stuck in a donut hole. There you go. And is this a good macaron shape? I don't know. Ooh, maybe I'll do one that's like shaped like a milk carton, but I'll somehow fit Puglie in there. And erase this. Yeah. Has anyone started any new shows or new games recently? I tuned in briefly to one of my friends playing Forest last night, and I love the survival aspect of games, but I really don't like the horror part. Because I don't do well with horror, and I don't know, naked, lanky cannibals running up at you screaming is not really my cup of tea. And that's actually one of my issues with Raft. I really got into Raft because I really love the survival aspect and building and making things like more efficient and stuff like that. I don't know if this is a spoiler alert for anyone, but there are some creatures in Raft due to this. Well, it makes sense for the story, but yeah, there are some like creatures in there that you have to fight or avoid, and it just took me out of the game so hard because I just really dislike um yeah, like messed up creatures. And I just wish it stayed to animals. Like, hey, here are these weird creatures that are not mutated. Um, uh, what would you call them? Like scourge of the earth, zombie rats, horrendous creatures. Just give me normal animals or things that are supposed to be animals that I can kill for, like, I don't know, clothing or food. That don't jump out in the dark. Yeah, I think another reason why I really like playing horrors, not horror, survivals and management games is because I like hoarding stuff. It's like I love collecting materials. So if the game's purpose is for me to collect materials, like, oh yes, I am definitely going to be so good at that game. I really liked Raft, but it melted my computer. I always wanted to see them do a MMO version where you can see other people's rafts. Yeah, that would have been neat too. That would be neat if, like, and I say this personally, there's if there was like a no PvP server, like if you could just, you know, check out other people's rafts and say hi, maybe trade some stuff, and then be on your way kind of thing. Because I get too stressed out with PvP aspects. Like, I don't need that toxicity in my life. Alright, taking a little wrist stretching and coffee break. And while I'm doing that, hello! I'm back. Animal Crossing is a funny game. Animal Crossing is, I got really into it for a month. And then my issue with it became, well, one, the storage space. Like, I wanted to hoard the furniture so that, like, I don't know, I could build a nice set with it or build a cute restaurant with it. But at least back then, I know with the recent update, they had a lot more storage space offered. But back then, like, you had very limited storage space, and then you would have to just, like, dunk all your stuff on the island because you couldn't keep it in storage. And then Isabel would get mad at you for it. And I'm like, I need time to plan out things, okay? And then now it's just more so, I don't know what it is. I just can't get back into it, or I just haven't cracked it open, / I'm also kind of I'm not looking forward to looking at what my island has become, because I know that the flowers that I planted a long time ago have just probably gone completely rampant, and there's no easy way to clear things. There's no actual lawnmower that you can use to mow the lawn. So a lot of people say, like, the TDM is part of the game design, and I can appreciate that in a sense, because, like, yeah, you're supposed to relax and chill and take things slow, and you're not supposed to race to, like, complete everything, you know? You're just supposed to enjoy these little tasks as they go. But in another way, I just want some quality of life options where if I was gone for a month, I would really like a functional lawnmower to help me clean up the island a bit. like I know exactly the point where I stopped, and that was when I unlocked terraforming. And then it almost became like too overwhelming with how much freedom I had, and I was so, and this is most likely my issue, but like I wanted to make my island perfect. I didn't know what perfect was, but I definitely saw a lot of my friends' islands and they were like amazing and super well decorated, and all the landscapes were really well made and stuff. And then you see people on YouTube and like Twitter share like their amazing towns, and I think I just got too crippled by the choice, and also this like expectation I have in my head now that like I need to make this really look really nice. So really, the stress came from all me, as usual. But yeah, one of these days I'll get back into it, I guess. And I don't know, like, Animal Crossing New Leaf was the very first Animal Crossing game I ever got, but I didn't play a lot of it. To be frank, I played like probably a week of it, and then I didn't touch it anymore. And I've heard from friends that the villagers from the previous games had a lot more voice lines, or like text lines, and they also had a lot more personality in a way. And one of their complaints is that, like, with New Horizons, a lot of the villagers seem almost a bit too shallow. And I obviously don't have the experience to comment on that, but that's something I've definitely felt with the villagers. It's like, yes, I like the look of this villager, but then when I came to talk to them, I felt like there wasn't much variation with, their personalities and stuff. And granted, they have a lot of villagers, and it's a lot of work, a lot of copy and stuff like that, so in a way, like, I can't blame them, but at the same time, I don't know, sometimes it felt really lonely on my island. And outside of seeing, like, Apollo or something, or, the villagers that I do like, I talked to them twice, and then they're like, why do you keep talking to me? And I'm like, I don't know, I'm lonely. That's the one with Froggy Chair. They need to bring it back. Oh, that's the one with the Froggy Chair. Yeah, and this is probably another, maybe, personal, gripe. Like, I'm sure the game designers intended it this way, obviously, but, like, I wish there was, a catalog that showed you the series, like, in the pieces. Like, say, like, they have fruit chairs and fruit tables, right? And I wish you could access a catalog where, it doesn't even need to tell you directly, like, what the exact items are, but just show me a silhouette. Like, say the fruit furniture series has a total of 14 items. And then if it's like the Pokédex, right? If you've seen the items, then yes, they'll be filled out. But if you haven't seen them, at least you kind of know that, like, hey, there's more for you to discover. And I think this really goes back to my need for perfection and planning. Is that I don't want to plan out something and make it come to life. And then, like, a little bit down the road, I realized, like, there's more to the series, and I can't fit it in anymore because I already designed it. Yeah, this shows a lot about my personality. I'm inflexible. But yeah, one of these days, I don't know, I'll just dig a hole somewhere in Animal Crossing and, I don't know, try to relax more. I guess the whole point of the game is for you to relax, so I gotta figure something out. Yeah, what I'm really, really excited for is Monster Hunter, which is coming out in about a month, I guess. And I don't have to care about any other game. once that game comes out. I will play that for so long, and I am so excited to get back into it because um, I've been craving like a Monster Hunter game essentially for the Switch for a long time. I never got into Monster Hunter World because back then I didn't have like a gaming laptop, and then when I got it, I just like didn't really feel like I don't like playing it on my laptop, and I don't have any other major console that any Monster Hunter came out in, and I couldn't find my new 3DS charger, so that was gone. So I've been waiting for this Monster Hunter for a long time on the Switch. And I'm so hype. And I also tried playing Dauntless for a little bit, but it just didn't hit the right feel. So yeah, that's my gaming journey thus far. Alright, let's get back to this little Puglie. Yeah, I feel like I would really like Forest if there was no horror aspect to it. And then what's the other game that's like really popular? Rust, I think. That I think is also a survivally hoarding craft item stuff game. I think one of the things definitely that I enjoyed about Raft was because it was so colorful. Because all these like survival, it doesn't even have to be horror. It's literally just survival games. So many of these survival games are like dark and gloomy, most likely because they are in some kind of dystopian future or wasteland. And then in Raft, it's like, look, bright blue oceans and bright wood for your raft, and islands are bright and beachy. Let's see. Oh, what's another game? Another game I recently beat was of Mice and Sand, and that was the game where my friends were like, "Why do you play games that sound like work?" Because all that game is resource management. You essentially have a ship full of mice that you need to take care of, and you need to tell them to do things. You travel around a desert to collect resources, like sticks and sand and what else? Bones, and then you use those to create other things, and then use that to create other things. I think I binged that in like the week I was recovering from my surgery. Speaking of, 3 more days until my checkup appointment for my surgery. Hopefully all things go well and it'll be good news. Playing Raft with a group of friends can be really fun. Yes, it definitely can. I played Raft alone just for the relaxation, but yeah, playing with friends is so chaotic fun. It's great. Hello, Undead Ornstein. Thank you again for checking into my stream. Glad to see you back. Hope you've been doing well. Hope you are doing... Wait, I just said that again. Ah, man. My brain is just mush these days. I may or may not have get a lot of enjoyment out of leaving my friends on islands alone. Oh my god. So you are that kind of player. One of the funniest moments was we found an island and a couple of friends were just collecting stuff. I was staying behind killing the shark because I realized you could kill the shark and I was having so much fun killing the shark. And then after collecting all the things on the island, you know, everyone returned to the ship. And we're like, okay, ready to set sail. There's some, like, garbage over there. Let's go towards that. And then, a few minutes later, one of our friends just like, wait, where's the ship? And then we're like, wait, what do you mean, where's the ship? Where are you? And then he's like, I'm still on the island. And we're like, what? We left this a long time ago. And he's like, what? And like, we were panicking for a little bit because we have absolutely no idea how, like, which way to go back. And he couldn't see us anymore at all. And then he just had to, like, log off and log back on. And then luckily, the game just resets you onto the ship, so... Whew. And then there was another time he saw an island in the distance, so he figured he would swim to it. Turns out it was way further than he anticipated, and he lost sight of the original island that we were docked at. So, you know, just fun exploration things. Yeah, maybe I should pick up Raft again because I'm currently on like the giant, massive island where I first encountered bears, and I guess I get like a better clue as to what happened to the world. So you know, it's a pretty pivotal moment. I just haven't picked it up again after that. Thank you. By the way, are you already selling the Puglie keychains? If so, is it on your Twitter? My BFF is a huge Pug fan and I wanted to get it for his birthday. Oh no! So, the keychains are not actually for sale yet. Those were just the samples, and I am currently working with my manufacturer to, like, fix up the quality and stuff. So, yeah, long story short, they're actually not for sale yet. My store isn't online yet. I'm doing a large revamp of the whole site, of the whole Puglie site, and it most likely won't make it for your friend's birthday. I'm really sorry. But if you want to do like a IOU or, I don't know, a future random present, I will definitely be up and running, hopefully by April 1st. And that is not an April Fool's. That is legit. And hopefully by then I'll have the keychains and some of my other things like my cup holder bag and my new eco bag, which I actually need to feature sometime. Oh man, speaking of, I need to leave a little note for myself on some things. Let's see, yeah, lots of things to plan for the future. And then I have Puglie Palooza in June. And man, once April starts, let's see, April, and then I have 2 months to plan for things in June. Oh boy. Okay, that has turned out a bit wonky. Whoops. Definitely one of my goals for this coming June for Puglie Palooza is to create some apparel that, like, I don't want to say like it'll be on the more fashionable side, but like I guess something more chic, more playful, more simplistic. because my style, like my personal style, isn't very much a large graphic at the front kind of thing. I like having little side logos or little side icons. And then if there is going to be a big graphic, it would be at the back. Yeah, I also want to design a bag. I feel like I just need to keep this simple. Like maybe I don't need like 5 new items or something for Puglie Palooza. Maybe I just need like 1 or 2. Oh, don't keep original image. Oh, no worries. There can always be a belated gift for him. Plus, that means I can buy more stuff for him too. Oh. Yeah, like I mean, outside of birthdays, because it's kind of given. But I don't know. For me personally, I like giving gifts to friends when they least expect it. And that kind of goes the same for my partner too. Usually, though, she does also expect things to be like on the days of. But I like gifting things when I just see it and I'm like, it reminds me of them and it's really cool, or it's really cute, it's really them. And also, like, cool things come out any day of the year. Am I really expected to wait for specifically like December, the month of your birthday, and I don't know what else, like Valentine's Day, just these very specific days in very specific sections of time to give something to you? Nah, why not just make any day special, like, if you see something that reminds you of someone and you just really want to make their day, doesn't need to be a special occasion, just make it a special occasion yourself. Yeah, I think it's always fun to sometimes receive a message saying, like, a friend was thinking of you, and they're sharing something nice with you, or that they got for you, and it's truly a surprise because you weren't expecting it. Your birthday's not for a couple months, it's not any kind of special occasion, it's no anniversary. Just yesterday I thought of you, and today I want to appreciate you day. I got my friend a Pusheen plush for her birthday, so I'll have to subtly hint her to get me a Puglie thing. Well, if you need a segue, a lot of people keep calling Puglie the Pusheen for dogs. So, if you need to lay in the hey, have you seen the thing people are calling the Pusheen of dogs? You can show her Puglie that way. And I hope one day in my career, I'll get to meet the creator of Pusheen. Because, like, at least in my conscious head, I don't I don't personally feel like I was that like I'm not that influenced by Pusheen just because Pusheen herself acts in a different medium. Like I knew Pusheen making like comics and GIF comics and stuff like that. And for me, Puglie is very much just like a illustrative. My main inspiration were vinyl toys and just kind of like very statement pieces in a way, where like everything's supposed to be standalone. Like it wasn't a relatable comic or anything. It was just here's a pug dressed up as a pizza. I think it'd just be neat to meet her because I grew up on Tumblr. You know, she's made such a huge impact in terms of like, you know, the cute art world. It'd just be fun. I hope she doesn't take offense to people calling Puglie like the Pusheen for dogs or something. Oh, and sprinkles. I think you're doing great, and the path you're going, you'll probably will. Oh, thank you. Start a rivalry with Pusheen on Twitter. Oh no, no, and here we are about friendships and support. I dare not start a war against Pusheen or anyone else. We are just here to be soft boys. You gotta keep thinking about the medium of a macaron. How you're supposed to decorate this. And then if the baker is creative, or if they just have it sitting around, they can put real sprinkles onto this. To miss you when you're sailing by. Please tell me you're on the way. I don't want to miss you once I've waved goodbye. So when you reach me, tell me you'll stay. Oh yeah, another recent game that I picked back up, I guess, is Pokemon Go, because we're still in the middle of a panorama, and you know it's like I've explored so much of my city, which is really sweet. I got to discover places that I would have never gone to or never knew about. Um, so it's like kind of like a silver lining. But at some point, it's like, oh, we've explored so many places, like everything's the same old. So Pokemon Go just seemed like a really fun activity to do, like because there's a purpose for you to go to the same place again, and that's to like spin Pokestops or catch this Pokemon that's hiding around here. Also a good reason to get some fresh air, and it's an outdoor activity, so you can be outdoors even if you have to be walking beside or like past someone. And it's a good way to get fresh air. Hopefully, Puglie becomes popular enough for you to do some sort of collab with Pusheen. Oh, wouldn't that be a dream? I don't know though. Like I know, like for Pusheen's April Fools, she did Pugsheen, which I think is like the closest thing I'll get to a collab with her. But yeah, who knows? Maybe one day. Pusheen has really good work, and I love her designs, and I'll be completely honest, when I first saw your work, I thought it was hers, and I hope you don't get offended though. I love both of you, and I hope you both someday collab with her. I feel that would be amazing. Aw. I mean, no, I don't take any offense to that at all. We both definitely go for like the very simplistic single or nearly single line weight style. When it comes to animations, we're both very like simplistic animations, like 1 or 2 frames and stuff like that. So yeah, I can definitely see the similarities and whatnot. But yeah, thank you so much. I can dream, I can hope. Okay, I want Puglie just a bit more squished in this one. Alright, so we got a lemon, a just Puglie stuck in. Oh, I want this one to have starry eyes. He's just so happy to be stuck in a giant donut. Who wouldn't be happy to be stuck in a giant donut? Alright. A lemon, an egg, a donut. What else? What else would be a cute front-facing Puglie macaron? In what instance would you want to eat Puglie? What would you want to do for a collab if given the opportunity? Oh, excuse me. Alright, let me take a little coffee break and brainstorm that question. What do I want to do for a collab if given the opportunity? I feel like if there was no limitations by budget or money or whatnot, I would love to have like a cafe / store, like a pop-up cafe / store with her. That's like an experience, you know, like the whole pop-up idea is just for the experience of it, and it'd just be like the theme would just be friendship. Like Puglie gets to meet Pusheen, and they get to be chubby together, and they get to roll around together and stuff like that, and eat foods together. And I want the store to be like, it would have merchandise, obviously, and it would be things for sale, but I want it to be more of, like, an installation where people can interact with things, take pictures with giant things or merchandise or plushies or whatever. Um, I mean, yeah, most of it is just like taking photographs and interacting with like whatever we install in there. And then the cafe or just like the little pop-up restaurant is kind of like the Japanese pop-up cafes where there's like really aesthetic food and drinks, and hopefully the quality of those food and drinks are like at least decent. Like they don't. I mean, ideally, I want them to taste amazing because it's worth your money. But at the very least, I don't want it to taste bad. But yeah, and if I were to be realistic, I guess it's just collaboration merchandise, like maybe some hoodies, maybe some cute plushie sets or something. Um, a pattern design with like both Puglie and Pusheen just kind of like hanging about. Make that into a bathrobe or something. I don't know, like a cozy collab. What I want. Yeah. It's always fun to collaborate with other creators and artists and whatnot because I love hearing about their interpretation of my brand, and then hopefully I can give my interpretation of their brand back to them, and we kind of have an agreement of what like we each bring to the table and how we're gonna join the worlds. Um, yeah, I guess that's kind of like the whole point of making friends, you know, like friendship in general. It's two separate worlds, but you find the things that connect you, that make you similar, or that you both enjoy, and then you bring, respectively, what you have in your world to each other and make it a whole other experience. But yeah, I don't know, I'd love it to be like some kind of special event. Or like a little like collaborative animation or some sort. I would love to see that, gosh. I know. Oh no, one day. Maybe one day. For now, I just gotta do what's in my control, which is Puglie and Puglie Palooza. It sounds so fun, yeah. I love designing events and experiences. Because in my opinion, that's what Puglie's about. Like, yes, he's designed with inspiration from vinyl toys. Like, I love the idea of him being a collectible. But another way, I just want people to feel joy and happiness when they see him or interact with him or get to experience some part of his world that I got to create. That's all I ask. The feeling of safety and coziness and some enjoyable confusion. One of the most rewarding things that I get at conventions is when people have like the most confused face looking at Puglie because they don't know how to react to him, but something just innate, like something that's just joy shines through, and they feel happy and joyful even though they're very confused as to what he is and what he's doing. Hopefully at least like a comic miniseries or something. Yeah, that too. Speaking of which, I still need to work on my Puglie comic that I've been putting off for a year. There's so much to do. Alright, let's see. I got me an egg, a lemon, stuck in donut, a jiggly pancake. Or a pancake, just a pancake. With butter. You have to have the butter. Something there. Something there. But instead of pancake, I'm thinking of like bread, like super simplistic things. Because in the end, I need to think of like the medium in which this is made, which is like an actual macaron. And it's like, how difficult am I going to make it for people? Um, hmm. Because a pancake, pancake with butter. All right, let's try drawing this out. I'll try drawing out one out with pancake, and then maybe one with bread. Let's see how that goes. We're gonna do a fluffy pancake, like the soft, fua ones. And then one and more like this. And of course, this will be a sleepy Puglie. It's just so comfy. Puglie hanging out with Pusheen, we won't. Or that Japanese toast with strawberries. It has that frost in the middle. I forgot what it's called. Is it a like a bread box? Like the giant cubes of bread? I've only had the bread boxes where it's actually just more bread in the middle, but like the bread is sliced up in the middle, so and there's like sometimes syrup poured inside the bread box, so it's still tasty. It's not just like pure bread. But man, I haven't had a bread box in ages. Actually, the last time I had a bread box was it was it was a free bread box, and it was against my will. So the story is, it actually happened in Japan. It was my first time in Japan, and I was with my two best friends, and we visited the Final Fantasy Cafe because they're both fans of Final Fantasy. And when you join the Final Fantasy Cafe, you get let in groups, basically. So like there's a time slot for people, and oh, actually, to make this more on theme, maybe this should be a macaron actually instead of a pancake. Sorry guys, gotta make this on brand. Sorry, but anyways, you get let in groups, and each table is then put into a raffle. And lo and behold, okay, so we're in the Final Fantasy Cafe, and of course we need to make it a special like occasion, like a special thing. So we each order a drink, and we order. I wouldn't say it's a lot of food, but like we definitely ordered like 3 dishes so that we could all try together and stuff like that. And it was the plates were small, but like we still got really full. As though came the time for the draw, and there were a couple of prizes. One of them being a massive toast box with like ice cream at the very top. It was like a what do you call those creatures in Final Fantasy that have the red orb stuck on top of their heads? I forgot what they're called. Fantress, thank you so much for putting along. I really appreciate it. Moogles, yeah. And it was supposed to be themed like a Moogle toast box. So it was basically just a giant toast box with a giant scooping of ice cream and whipped cream at the very top, and there's like cornflakes, waffle crackers, and stuff like that. And this came after we had finished all our food, and we couldn't even finish most of some of the leftover food either because we were so full. And the waitresses, the waitresses and the staff at the Final Fantasy Cafe were like, they were celebrating because we won, so they were like clapping and singing for us and like really happy for us and stuff like that. And all 3 of us just looked so mortified at basically this giant dessert that we knew none of us could attempt to eat. Sorry, I'm changing this back into a pancake because a macaron should not be soft. And the funny thing is too is like each table is an entry to a raffle ticket. So like it wasn't my ticket that won, it was one of our friends. And me and my other friend are just staring at this one friend going like, you could have won anything else. You could have not won at all, and yet you win this. Obviously, we know it's not her fault that she won, but like we were just kind of poking fun at her. So, this thing came with sparklers too. Like it was supposed to be a whole happy thing, but we were just so full. In the end, like we didn't necessarily power through, but we tried to eat like parts that we considered the most expensive. And we tried to at least make a valiant effort to look like we tried to eat most of it so that we didn't waste a lot of the food, but oh, it was painful. And there's and obviously the seating is timed too, because you can't like spend too much time in there. There's another group of people waiting to go in. So I think the time limit was like an hour and a half. And by that time, I think we only had like 30 minutes or 45 minutes left to eat this thing. So we were really trying. But yeah, I think that was my last experience with a toast box. And I haven't eaten a toast box since. Oh. See. Trying to make the perfect squish. Oh yeah, and after we left, we were just dead. We were all dead inside. We were so full. Little fua fua pancake. Oh man, I miss these pancakes so much. Some places have like the look down of these pancakes, but when you actually cut into it, it's just not the same. Oh my gosh, I wanted to go honey and butter so badly when I was in LA. No, why did, well, yeah, it's, do they have a store in LA? I think they have like the little truck somewhere in LA, but I know their main bakery is in Anaheim, which I didn't realize was a bit further out of LA. There we go. They have a store now? Last I saw, they were still just a truck. Yeah, what? No, I think... Actually, I don't know the entire history, but, like, I thought they had the store first and then the truck. But, yeah, they have a whole bakery store now. Would you ever consider doing a Puglie video game or something? I have. I still do consider. I have a... Like... I wouldn't even say the skeletons, but, like... I have a game idea planned out. It's not fully fleshed out in terms of, like, the balancing or the core loop of the game, but I have a general concept that I hope to one day make. But in terms of my milestone hierarchy, if I were to kind of, like, complete things, first and foremost would be my comic, and then second would be my video game. Because I have all these stories planned out of Puglie and just all these things I want to convey with him, and I feel like the stories that I came up with for Puglie does a really good job of that. And I just want to make that happen for him. I mostly go to Cali for Anaheim, so I could have totally gone. Oh my god, I'm big sad now. Next time. But yeah, they have their store is in Anaheim in the Spectrum Mall. So the first time I went to Anaheim, well, not the first time, I guess the first time that I fully remembered going to Anaheim, was for my pop-up with them. And then I went to Disneyland after for my first time that I could remember. Puglie webtoon. I've thought about it, but like, see, I don't think, like, even as I've been working on this comic, I have affirmed to myself that I am definitely not a comics person. I like drawing illustrations once, and that's it. Any continuation of story is not my cup of tea. So I'm kind of... This comic, even though after I'm done, like, I'm pretty proud of it, the process of actually putting the comic together is not fun for me. So that's why I probably won't come up with a Puglie webtoon unless I have someone that does like the layouting for me, and I just give them the assets because I just don't want to deal with like spacing of the panel and coloring it and then making sure the text kind of like the either the font style or whatever the sound effects is supposed to be works. But like if I were to draw the story out in a nebulous area as to how the story is supposed to pan out, like I can do that. Oh, the store isn't in Anaheim; it's in Irvine. I I think they're close together because I know I went to Disneyland after, so I mean I'm sure it was close by enough. Puglie and Pusheen co-op game. Oh man, it's like a beat 'em up where you get to choose between Puglie and Pusheen, and you beat up bad people, people that litter, people that don't pick up after their dog's poo, people that yell at old ladies. All of your Pugly content brightens my day, so I look forward to your future plans for Pugly. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. That's such a high honor, and I do really hope that any future Pugly stuff won't disappoint. I hope he's able to brighten your day even on the hardest days that you'll experience. Because we're all gonna have hard days. Pugly's no exception. I'm no exception. But you just gotta try your best. You gotta give him his little tail. Let's see. LOL, it's close, but not as close as I thought. I was thinking of walking distance from Disney. Oh my god. Okay, this was like almost like a culture shock to me, but the things around Disney is like outside of downtown Disney, it's so lackluster. Like there's not a whole lot of stuff. It almost seems barren. There's obviously a lot of hotels. But like I guess I thought it would be more um I don't know, like there'd be bigger malls around and there'd be a lot of cool stuff because obviously you're like close to Disney. Like why wouldn't you have really cool things in the area? But no, it just seems it's like super barren. There's a lot of hotels with not a whole lot of stuff going on. It was just weird to me. I mean, perhaps there's some kind of rule, obviously, because of Disney going like, no, like everyone's gonna go to downtown Disney. You can't create anything outside that will compete with us, which is very, very Disney. Okay, this bread is very similar to my roly-poly kind of doughy artwork, but you know what? You can never have too much drawings of Pugly lying on bread. It's a rule. There's always room for bread and a pug on it. Oh no, something's happened. Even a dog and a cat can put their differences aside and become friends. Yeah, right? It's a wholesome game. You ever seen Sarah, hello! I need a plush of Puglie Donut. I am happy to say that you can, unless it's sold out, which I don't think it is, you can adopt a Puglie Donut plush from forfansbyfans.com/Puglie, and I will write it out just in case. For fans by fans.com/Puglie. You can definitely find little poots there to adopt, and you can dress them up as a taco or a donut. Oh wait, no, not a taco. Sorry, spoilers. You can dress them up as either a donut or a sushi. Taco is hopefully coming soon. Let's see. Yeah, it's just like the suburbs. More and poppin'. I just think that's the point because they want you to go to Disney. Yeah, exactly. Disney will always be in the middle of nowhere. They use the hotel land to build more attractions. Oh, yes, that also makes sense. So they will demolish hotels to expand. Dang. I mean, that makes sense. I'm not surprised anymore. But man, are they vicious. And like that's probably why downtown Disney seems so fun. I mean, like yes, it is like pretty cool, especially like the giant Disney store they have in there. But yeah, when you're surrounded by literally nothing else around your hotel, of course Disney is gonna look 10 times more magical. It's literally something. I need a Puglie pizza plush. Oh, soon. Maybe that'll be the next one. So many plushies and toys to make. So little time and funds. Alright, a big soft bread. Go to sleep on a giant soft piece of bread. Okay, let me fix this a little bit. I'm too lazy to draw it, so I am just going to do this and this. And do. Did I even change anything? Who knows? Or what if I... I sure hope this doesn't look like a butt crack. I'm waiting for the key tags. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I am also waiting for the key tags, funny enough. Yeah, definitely some quality revisions that I want to make sure that they come out good. And yeah, I'm just waiting for the manufacturer to finish the second round of samples and to show me that, you know, they did better this time. And hopefully they'll be out soon. But I am super grateful for all of you being so excited about the key tags and whatnot, because for the Hungry and Feed Me ones, I was really happy about that idea and how it came out. For the Will Cut You knife one, it just I just wanted to create that idea, but I wasn't sure how people would react to it, because it's all supposed to be in good humor and whatnot. But I was just worried that a lot of people wouldn't like it. But at this point, I'm just creating stuff that makes me laugh, or that I think would represent me quite well. And I'm so glad that a lot of people are relating to it, I guess. What am I supposed to do with this? I want it raised up more. And like that. There we go. Hello. Let's see. It could be a pillow that looks like a pizza box, but with Puglie's face as the logo. Oh yeah, I wanted... Okay, so this is actually a food series that I wanted to create. So like when I say series, I'm talking about like the collection of food illustrations that I do usually for Puglie. This is actually a series that I have on my to-do list, and it's a pizza restaurant. So, now that I can make my own stickers, it'd be kind of fun. It'd be kind of neat if I drew like a template of Puglie either on a pizza or something, and you could choose your own toppings. And obviously, like, I would have the toppings as like, you know, icons or assets that I would just drag and drop, and you got your own pizza Puglie, and then I designed like the branding around it, so like the pizza box would hopefully actually look like a branded logo pizza box from like Puglie Pizza or something. Yeah, God, it'd just be fun. Other just like ideas. This is like a 2.0 of my idea. So my original idea was just like a variety of famous pizza choices or toppings and just illustrate them with Puglie. But then yeah, now that I can make my own stickers, I think this would be super fun for people to actually build their own pizza. You know, choose your toppings, and yeah, like print out like one or two of them or something. Dang, I want this. I have it's just I have all these events and ideas just in my head for this thing, and for Puglie in the future. And definitely one of my biggest obstacles is always just time. You know, lack of time, and also just like things that I want to get a solid ground on. So one of the things is my store. I have ideas of ways to revamp my store, I guess, again for this year, and I can't wait to go about it. And yeah, I always want to theme my store, but that's like a whole other, like, it blows up the scope of the events, because then I have to create new assets for that kind of stuff. But I guess we'll see. You know, I want to make like a bubble tea series, an event, a pizza event, a bakery event, like buns and bread and stuff like that. Yeah. Sounds like it. I just spit my tea. Oh no! But yeah, I don't know, just so many ideas in my head. But I think I actually don't know how many macarons Honey and Butter wants. Though they did already send me some macaron ideas that they would like to try out. So excited to see more. Thank you so much. Just so many things. But yeah, I guess with all this said, this is actually how we turned out. Oh, that zoomed out really far. Okay. So here are some macaron ideas. The egg ones are basically the same. I just wanted to test out the shape of the egg. There's a Puglie stuck in a donut. There's Puglie lemon, Puglie on one of those like really soft pancakes, and Puglie on a super soft bread. These are supposed to be macaron designs that I will be pitching to Honey and Butter. They also have some that they pitched to me to clean up or edit and stuff, so I will do that kind of in the background because that's not as amusing to watch. I actually found you through Honey and Butter. Huge fan. Oh, thank you so much. I'm so glad. Yeah, they're so sweet. Like, to their name, they are just the sweetest people. The owner is amazing, and everyone she employs into her like family at Honey and Butter are just so kind, and just there's no other word to say it. Amazing. I am so lucky to like be a part of their world. You know, it's not like I'm actively in the store or anything, but I just feel so honored to be a part of their Honey and Butter world. But yeah, with all this said, I think I'm gonna call this finish on the stream. I'm starting to find that my stream schedule leans more towards like 3 p.m. ish PST. My schedule is still erratic, and this is also largely dependent on some meetings that I may have, or that my partner might have. But overall, thank you so much for joining in the stream again. I'm really happy to see some new faces, and definitely some familiar faces also from previous streams. I wish you all, yes, have a great day, stay safe, all of you, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Thank you again for joining along with me, and take care. Bye!